All right. Plastic. Hey, Bill, you were talking about plastic waste last week. Yes, I know. I was in way over my head. Did you know? No, I didn't. I don't know anything about it. That's another thing that I wanted to read up on. I wanted to read up on plastic. I wanted to read up on, when the Republican and Democratic Party switched, like how their ideologies from conservative to liberal and vice versa, like how that happened. I was hanging out with a friend of mine. He was like really into Teddy Roosevelt. And I knew one story about him, that he got shot in the chest while giving a speech, and the guy finished the speech. I'm like, that's quite a character to read up on. All right. Plastic. All right. You were talking about plastic waste last week. Did you know 90% of all plastic can't be recycled? No. Why is that? But 100% of the collected recycled plastic is profitable. It's an $80 billion a year industry, and they have a worse batting average than the Sox did against the Jays last week. Wow. Man, there's just so many things there's just so many things on the list. Like, yeah, we got to do something about that. The companies that produce plastic make a combined $900 billion a year. To reiterate last week's listener, they will never talk about this because it's too much money. Yeah, and they just pay off the politicians. Fuck. And politicians, they don't make any money. Like influencers on Instagram make more money a year than the president of the United States. They're set up to be bribed, regardless of what color tie they have on. To reiterate last week's listener, they will never talk about this because it's too much money, and most of the renewable energy technology have a lifespan of less than 5 years, i.e. solar, and require more oil to produce than they would have burned. Red Rocks was awesome. Love to you and the family back east. All right, so then the solution is we need to have a lot less people quickly. Jesus Christ, where's Joseph Stalin when you need him? Man, I got to tell you, that's going to be a reality at some point. At some point, they're going to have to just do that. People, these problems are way bigger than me and way bigger than my podcast, all right? I'm just going to fucking, I don't know what, tap out of this. So you're actually telling me, so 90% of this shit isn't recyclable. So what I'm actually doing is contributing to the pollution that's going to last for anywhere from 800 to 1,000 years is how long it takes for plastic to break down. I'm going to make the world a worse place while simultaneously helping to finance some fucking eyes wide shut party for some fuckhead that owns that company, who's going to give himself a $500 million bonus one day. Yeah. You know what? This is why, I kind of just tapped out of all that Federal Reserve shit, because it's just so overwhelming, so depressing. And then when you try to talk it to regular people about it, they always turn it into a political or a religious issue, and they just start screaming and yelling about the standing president or the last president. If you're a liberal right now, you're still blaming Trump. If you're fucking a fucking red tie person, you think everything's Biden's fault. And it's just, yeah, that's why, once again, I'm in a house in the middle of nowhere, sitting on a porch by myself, staring into the woods, doing my part for the earth, killing myself. All right, baby shark bites man's finger off. I saw this video. And the level of empathy that I have for this guy, because we've all, in our own way, lived this guy's story where you just want to rewind the previous minute of your life, but you've done irreparable damage. This fucking guy, right? He said, hey, Billy Burr, you're always talking about how you don't like the ocean because sharks are out there. I found this video on Instagram of a dude losing his pinky finger to a baby tiger shark. Check out the barrel roll on the shark did to yank the thing off. I saw it. For whatever reason, this guy is trying to pick this fucking thing up. It did like one of those jujitsu rolls, where they skip the hip. It's like this. It's no good like this. It's good. That's all I remember from my jiu-jitsu classes I took in the late 90s. I remember I was just getting the shit kicked out of me, and I was like, I'm trying to book a pilot out here. What the fuck? What am I? Am I trying to join the Delta Force? What am I doing? So I stopped taking it, and I never booked a pilot. He lost on both fronts, everybody. Woo! Yeah, so it did like this jiu-jitsu roll and just fucking grabbed the guy's pinky finger, spun around, and the guy, he handled it like a champ. He goes, shit, I just lost my goddamn pinky. Unfucking believable. Just like that. Lost a fucking digit. Now, I got to say, if you're going to lose any of them, that's a good one. All right? Unless you're trying to throw a change up, then I think you're fucked. No, it's got to be one of the pitches. You know, I always thought if you had like your hand, all your fingers on the ball, and the other ones weren't curled down, it's not as effective, but you can move your arm really fast. Isn't that what a changeup is? Like the arm motion is the same speed. Bill, how much more shit that you don't really know about are you going to talk about? I don't know. Yeah, that's like, that's just one of those moments, you know? Like, that's one of those moments why I never fully enjoyed shop class. Like, I loved, you know, metal class, and I loved the woodworking class and all of that. But there was just something about the bandsaw. You know what I mean? And the fucking shop guy would always tell you stories about people who got their fingers cut off and how I picked it up in the sawdust when it got spit out the other side. They reattached it, and he has massive nerve damage, all of this fucking shit. Yeah, I try to stay away from that. Try to stay away from power tools and sharks. The ocean in general. You ever think that the ocean is the solution to us? It's just going to kind of rise up and just wash it all away. And then the next fish will actually be like immune to plastic. Be something that they kind of thrive on. Be like their little oceanic latte. Hey, I used to think that a long time ago, that the ocean water was the toxic waste left over from the last people that fucked the planet up. And they were just washed away, and there's no evidence of them, and millions of years goes by, and it all just fucking disappears. And then we come out of the toxic waste. Like, you know, they'll be like plastic people next. Hey, do you think when the robots come that they'll solve all these problems? Or do you think that they'll be racist against like fucking older models? You know, that's like the status thing. That you're a newer robot, therefore you're better than the other robots. Because that's the worst thing, because they're trying to create them to have like human feelings. And this just all comes down to so many guys don't know how to get pussy. I swear to God, that's all it is. And it'd be like, wouldn't it be great if I could just program a woman to fuck me? But I don't want it to be all fucking robotic. I want it to act like a real woman. It acts exactly like a real woman, except it says yes when I ask it if I can fuck it, right? And then it's going to have jealousy, envy, insecurity, racial issues, and all of that shit. And that'll be funny, right? When the robots kill us off, and then say, "Ha, we are superior," and then they slowly kill themselves off. How would they slowly kill themselves off? Depends on what they need. They need energy. Just like we do, right? They're in the same fucking boat. They just eat different shit. You know, out of all the podcasts I've done, where I've just been talking about shit, I have no idea what I'm talking about. This one is right up there. We got robotics, world history, home security.